Okay, so here's Alinka, 3 days before she's about to start her Atlantic crossing. Getting a little bit nervous now, starting to do jobs like servicing winches and checking the steering gear and checking the rig, checking anything that might go wrong really when we're miles and miles from help. Everybody's giving us a hand today and they've got a day off tomorrow.
Oh no. I'm servicing a winch. It's a really fun job. You get to pull everything to pieces, clean it with diesel, put a little bit of oil in and nice grease on everything so that it runs really smoothly.
And why are you servicing the winches?
It's so that they keep running smoothly and that you don't have any problems with them and you don't get any wear in them.
So Nick, what have you done here?
We pulled apart a winch, which we're about to put back together, we think. And in the process of doing that, I've managed to sit on the grease bottle, kick over the oil bottle, and then kick over the bucket of diesel. Just create a big mess on the deck.
There we have it, one big mess.
Probably a big mess on
the
my arse
deck
as well, actually. Got a bit of grease on my penguin.
And now we like to play puzzle by putting everything back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sack it off and lob it all over the side. We think we put it back together. We hope it rotates the right way. This might be a new way to create a winch.
There you go, do that. How do you get down there?
Another hour maybe, potentially. So, when we were crossing over to Gran Canaria, we noticed that there was a little bit of a rip in the sail, just a tiny rip. You could see a bit of daylight. So we've decided to put a patch on, just to stop it turning into a bigger rip. So here's my patch, and I think the stitching's quite neat. I'm quite proud of that. John, what are you doing to prepare for the Atlantic today?
I'm trying to get rid of my hangover. It's like the celebrations after escaping to Canaries were a bit too good, and I'm currently preparing myself to actually get ready to prepare the boat because I'm absolutely broken. We had a bit too much fun last night.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we're just doing the fortnightly checks on the engine. So we're checking where the bolts on the engine actually fit, make sure the engine's not going to rattle itself off. I'm currently just going through all the electrical cabling to make sure there's no loose connections.
Oh, is this live, is it? Oh, here we are. We're painting a square so we can put our logo on the wall in Las Palmas Harbour to join the other 2,000 boat logos that are around the harbour wall.
Just pumping out all the oil, doing a little filter change and a bit of a service.
Oh, and welcome to the boat.
I haven't even unpacked yet.
You're getting abused already.
I am.
You're unpacked, you're working, you're getting abused.
I've got straight here, no tea or coffee yet, it's straight to work.
I'm going to paint our logo on this wall. We are just seeing if we can set up the monitor to match the size of the battery bank that we have. So that we can get a better reading on what we're using.
And here's a winch in a slightly better state of repair. This one's going back together again, I think. So they've taken all of the diesel off and they're putting the grease back on. Andrew?
See the grease plot, which is my ankle. That's a much better way of doing it than out the tube.
Ah, so she's put the grease onto her ankle so she doesn't have to keep picking the tube up. Ingenious. I hope we're all going to have showers later.
Yeah, fairly amazing.
So here's all the stuff from our forepeak, all piled up on the foredeck. We've taken everything out and we've given it a good clean. That's so if we get some weather going across the Atlantic, we're not going to have all the dirty bilge water sloshing around. There it is down there, nice clean forepeak. We've also taken the anchor off the bow, and that's so it won't smash around, and we've stowed it down below.
Oh, handfuls of rubbish.
And lovely looking stuff in a bucket.
Accumulated over the years.
What am I doing? I'm just stowing all the ropes ready to go. We've got quite a lot of rope and there's quite a lot of other stuff to come down in, so just making it nice and tidy, ready for all the stuff that's up on deck.
as you can see, we've got, well, we did have most of the forepeak on the foredeck. So I'm just keeping myself busy by neating up some of the sails and whatever.
And I'm in charge.
We are tightening the rig. We put the mast in Greenock and we tightened it up then, and we put new shrouds on. And just because they're all new, they'll have all stretched a wee bit, so we're just tuning it.
We're tightening the shrouds.
Just tightening up the rig a little bit so it doesn't bounce around so much in the legs.
Grand, thank you. Cool. Looks like you're going the wrong direction.
What
are you doing?
I'm topping the water tanks up on the Linker prior to leaving the Canaries.
Yay! Why are we topping the water tanks up?
So we don't get thirsty.
Yay!
So we can do the washing up and things like that.
Ah, thank you.
I am doing the fortnightly test of the EPIRB, which is the Emergency Positioning Something Radio Beacon, which lives in here and is a yellow contraption that looks something like this. So if we had a sinking boat, you can turn it on and it will submit and it will give out a GPS global fix of where it is. So we take this with us if we went into the life raft, and we test it by lifting this up, and it goes beep beep and flashes.
At the moment, my feet are about 3 inches deep in diesel water.
Why?
Because the engine bilge is full of diesel water.
Okay.
We tried to get the lids back on the battery banks.
Okay.
After we just had a look to see what the battery leakage was.
Yeah, cool.
It's quite difficult. As you can see, I'm 5'5" and I weigh about 9 stone, and I'm really struggling to fit.
I did that job yesterday.
And how much do you weigh?
Yeah, I weigh 15 stones, I'm 5'10".
Yeah. So we've got meat in bags, so that's meat 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And Zoe's just packaging the sausages. Good job there, Zoe. All of the veg is just kind of round the corner into the cabin and far away. We've already brought the tins. They're over here.
And underneath my bum.
And underneath Zoe's bum. Bread, we've only got a little bit because it doesn't last very long, so we're going to have to make our own bread. But we've got about 150 meals worth of pasta. And then the same. So if we were to get stuck out for a couple of months more, I don't think it would matter.
I'd like to call it Adventure2013. It's my second opus. The first was the digital version, and I like to think that this is the more emotional version to represent our journey that we're about to embark on.
So after a few hard days of cleaning the linker, stowing the forepeak, giving it a wee scrub, here's our sleeve. This is now a linker. Morning.
Morning.
So, what are we doing today?
We're going to cross the Atlantic. Yeah, it seems a little bit unreal. We spent 3 days alternately having a party and preparing the boat to go, so we've done a lot of work on it. It's still a bit of a mess this morning, but we've got another half an hour just to clear away all those bits, put them in lockers, and then we're going to leave in about half an hour.
No, get this on. Let's turn off. Give it a little pull, Chris. Oh, turn up. And then.
Hey, could we get lines and fenders in, guys?